Before getting into this week's episode, I'd like to update last week's episode. Forgetting whether Tamayomi would be available to stream late Tuesday or early Wednesday, I logged on to Funimation and found a lot of curious comments under Tamayomi's fourth episode, which aired last week to a lot of criticism. What followed was an odd series of Googling and head-scratching where I discovered that Funimation most likely aired an incomplete version of the episode last week. On Wednesday, April 22nd, Funimation aired the fourth episode of Tamayomi, and it looked so much worse than the first three. Melting frames, confusing angles, messy details, it was an absolute train wreck. In my cast that Saturday, I chalked it up to production deadlines in the wake of the pandemic, which still may be partially true, but as smarter and more connected people on the internet discovered on Wednesday, the files seen on Funimation looked much worse than the broadcast seen in Japan. A few tweets pointing out the errors inspired a Reddit thread where someone involved in the American animation industry chimed in with a plausible theory. They suspect the studios continuously send drafts to the streaming services and that someone at Funimation accidentally uploaded a work in progress instead of the final draft. An updated version of the episode has now been uploaded onto Funimation, so for now the problem has been fixed. I have seen the updated episode and it looks so much better. The mistakes of the umpire suddenly changing her uniform or the chalk lines on the infield base paths have been fixed, and all of the poorly drawn action sequences have been replaced by computer-generated characters. I still don't think that the episode looks that good and was obviously a solution to a rushed deadline, but it looks so much better than how it did the day it premiered. This week's episode continues that quality, with our girls using their week off before midterms for a training camp. The biggest development we see is Ibuki and Risa training to become relief pitchers for Yomi, with Ibuki looking to be a middle relief junk baller and Risa looking to be the flamethrower at the end of the bullpen. We also see some character development from our advisor, Coach Gyoka, who we learn was once a talented ball player and can not only keep up with our girls, but outpace them. Smaller details also emerge. Yomi aces her midterms despite her airheadedness, Shirigaku is developing into a legitimate power threat, and Yoshino asks Nozomi to move to the cleanup spot. This disappointed me a little, but didn't surprise me one bit. Nozomi is clearly the best hitter in the lineup, and while it would make some American sense to keep her at the front of the order, it makes even more Japanese sense to hit her fourth. All in all, this is a really pleasant buffer episode between games and demonstrates the quality of the show when there aren't tons of action scenes to draw. You know what you're getting going in, so please don't expect much more. There was no major this week, nor will there be for the foreseeable future. I half expected Tamayomi to join the growing list of quarantined anime, but no announcement has been made as of yet, and one should expect a new episode next Wednesday. I sincerely hope this decision to continue this show doesn't come at significant expense to the people who make it, as we are all coping with unprecedented circumstances, and anime about cute girls playing baseball does not matter at all. But in the meantime, it's a welcome distraction.